So last week we did this experimental variables identification, all right, as well as the aim of the experiment. So if you have already seen your work, okay, so these are just what we have gone through last week, right? We talk about what is independent variable. Some of you also told me that in school, in your school, it is not called the independent variable. It is called another name. Right now, hi Jiaping, I can see your face now. Thank you for turning on the camera. Yeah. So what is it that is being used? Okay, so other than independent variable, as you can see here, it appears inside the description as well, change. So we call these the change variable. Then when we talk about dependent variable, can you see the word measured? Some of your teachers would tell you this is called the measured variable. And like what Miss Tay told you before, okay, the word independent variable and dependent variable will be definitely used in secondary school. So you can get used to it now, all right? Or, you can learn later. Okay, if you're more confident learning about change variable, then measured variable is fine. And then the last one, control variable, we also call it the fixed variable. So these are the things that you do not change. You have to keep constant during the experiment. Okay, so you're supposed to identify them in every question. Okay, the question is only if it's experiment based. Okay, so if you are looking at, for example, this example. So you have these experiment conducted by Janet. She wants to find out if dark-colored surfaces or light-colored surfaces are better absorbers of heat. So she set up the experiment below, and this is actually the two setups, can A and then can B. With this, you should be able to identify that the change variable is actually the color of the paper, right now. Okay, so color of paper. Then dependent variable is what we measure. We actually measure, okay, temperature. All right, we measure temperature. So either you write down rate of increase of temperature, or you can write down measuring the temperature of the can or water in the can is fine also. Then what we keep constant, what we keep the same, we call it the control variables or fixed variable. Amount of water, starting temperature of water in both cans, where we place the cans, presence of sun, etc. Okay, so you should be good at this. Now, I'm not going to go through all the examples again. Some of you will fall asleep. So let's go to your answers now. Okay, so we have questions like this, right? Okay, so you have your own worksheet. How many of you do not have the worksheet here? AK, you don't have. Dan also doesn't have. Janelle definitely will not have, right?
They say there's no worksheet.
There is homework. Last week I told you that you have to go to the homework tab. Yeah, you have to go.
Last week I was not present.
Sorry, again?
Last week I didn't attend class.
I see. That's why. Okay, those of you, just a couple of you don't have, right? I'm going to send it in the chat so you can download, and then you can also follow the lesson. If you cannot download, you don't, because I had a case where student was not able to download. Okay, so she just paid attention during the class, and then after that, I sent via WhatsApp. Okay, that's okay. That's entirely fine. The most important thing is you listen and you understand, and you must be able to do it. Of course, the best is you can write it down. Okay, Jaka, you type out, right? So you type out is fine, but please don't neglect the fact that writing is very good for you, right, Jakai? So if you can practice writing. I know that you did on the computer. I trust that you have done your work. Okay. Usually I will not doubt students, but if there are cases where I have to doubt you, I will doubt you, and I will make sure you show me the evidence that you have done. All right. So just a minute, I'm trying to attach this for those who cannot download or did not download. Worksheet 46. Student. Can you see now in the chat, Zoom chat? Hi, Jiaping, welcome back. Okay, in the Zoom chat, you should see this Headstart to P6 Science worksheet, homework. Once you have downloaded, you can open up, you keep a copy for yourself. Okay, I know you can't print out and do it now, but let's focus on the lesson. If you're fast, aka let's say you're fast, you can type into the chat, right? All the answers before I say it, before I show it. So those of you who wish to show me your answer, you can do so. Those of you just want to mark on your own, that's fine as well. Okay, let's continue. So when we look at these questions, 3 plants, okay, P, Q, and R were put into identical jars as shown below. Okay, each jar was filled with 200 cm of water and a layer of oil over the water. Okay, so what is the independent variable that you can recognize here? Independent variable. We also call it the change variable. Those who wants to answer, you can. Okay. Then also identify the dependent variable. Okay, and the control variable. After that, you must say something about how the independent variable affect the dependent variable. Yes, very good. I see Jakai typing in. Yep. Okay. The change variable will be the number of leaves. Yes, very good, Natalie. I saw your input also. That's crucial. Before I show you, tell me, that will be good. When your parents ask me for feedback about your progress, I have something to tell them also, right? Okay. Yep. So that is the independent variable. What about the dependent variable? What are we measuring? Dependent variable, what we are measuring. Okay, so we call this the measured variable. So it's the data that we are collecting. Yep, the amount of water that's left. Yes, very good. Volume of water left. Very good, Janelle. That's correct also. Okay, control variable is what we keep constant. Yeah, AK, I can see your input now. Yes, good. So what we keep constant. Okay, so what we keep constant will definitely be quite a lot of things. Same amount of water in each jar, and then same amount of that oil, yep, in each jar. Yes, very good. Okay, then you must also make sure, right, that each of the plant has got the same, roughly the same amount of roots as well. So if you were to take a look, okay, yeah. So number of leaves on the plant, volume of water taken in by the plants. You can measure the volume of water left, that's fine. Okay, control variables, amount of water, we talk about it. Type of plant, nobody mentioned yet. Okay, number of roots, yes, very good. I can see you typing in same size of the beaker. That's crucial also. Yep, so layer of oil. So how does the independent variable affect the dependent variable? How does what we change affect what we measure, the data we are collecting? Okay, so when there are more leaves on each plant, the volume of water taken in by the plant is higher. Right? So when there are more leaves on each plant, the volume of water, this is what we measure, right? Okay. Any question here? How many of you got the whole question correct? Your answer might differ slightly, but it's fine. Very good, Jakai. Timothy, do you try this, Timothy? Have you finished the worksheet, Timothy? You did, some of it, not all. Yeah, important to finish all, because after that, the questions that... Sorry, Timothy?
All right. Continue.
Because you're unmuted, so I thought...
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay, next one. Cheryl set up the experiment as shown below. She tried to lift up 6 paper clips on the same height using 3 different magnets. So results are shown below. So what's the independent variable here? Okay, I'll quickly just show so I can go on faster. Check your own answer. Make sure, okay, that you have identified the independent variable correctly. You have also identified the dependent variable correctly. Then for the control variable, okay, control variable, which is the fixed variable, think of as many as possible. Sometimes the answer I have here might not include the answer that you have given. And if you have given a correct control variable, I'll add into my answer as well. Okay, that's cool, right? So you are adding on to what I have. Next time any student see it, they will see your answer as well inside. Thank you. Very good. Yeah. So you have size of the magnets. Matthias got it right. Very good. Then dependent variable is actually what we measure. We are counting the number of paper clips that's picked up. Okay. Another way of phrasing it, okay, will actually be the strength of the magnet, because we want to determine the strength of the magnet. Controlled variable distance, the magnets are actually from the paper clips. Okay, you can also say the height. Okay, the height, right? So the magnets must all be held at the same height. So number of paper clips on the table at the start of the experiment. There's another thing I heard somebody mention before. Okay, similar question. So they even say the arrangement of the paper clips at the beginning of the experiment must be the same. So if it's actually placed side by side, so there are 6 paper clips placed side by side, all the time when you're doing the experiment using different magnets, you must have the paper clips arranged in that manner. All right? Because if you are just going to put them together, right, sometimes you have more paper clips that are higher. Sometimes you don't have paper clips that are pointing upwards. Clear? So I have students who actually mentioned that, which is very good. Okay. Yes. Now, Natalie, I think you're a little bit confused about independent variable, dependent variable, right? It seems to me to be the case. Is that right? Natalie, where are you? I can't see your face. It would be good if I can see your face. Then I will know. Okay, I will know better whether you understood or not. Can? Take note, Natalie. If you read the notes, which is found in the beginning of our worksheet here, the slides, you will have some definition about dependent variable, okay, independent variable, as well as controlled variable. Can you refer to that again, Natalie? Can I? Okay, good, thank you. Okay, so control variable, distance, all this I have mentioned just now. Okay, then we talk about the arrangement of the paper clips, right? The number of paper clips must be the same. The arrangement must be the same. That we good. How does the independent variable affect the dependent variable? So the independent variable is the change variable, the size of the magnet. Okay, will there be any effect? It does not affect at all. We have seen. Okay, or the size of magnet does not affect the strength of the magnet. All right, so that is one way of answering. Go to the next one. Jacob conducted an experiment to show how the exposed surface area. Now, what is this topic about? Before I go on.
Water cycle.
Yes, very good. Okay, that is the water cycle. What else can you say other than the water cycle?
Heat.
Heat, okay, because it involves some form of heat. Yeah, because the water took in heat, right? And then it starts to evaporate. Yes, I have you writing evaporation. Well done. Okay, I like it when you all type in. You know why or not? Because when you type in, number one, remember I said the hand action matters. Writing is the best, but since we are on Zoom, typing will actually activate your brain also. Okay, so we